42 tackles. Josh Hodgson, he also played through injury. He was on and off a bit. A thumb injury, an ankle injury, it looked like as well, but a knee injury. But he, he toughed it out and came back on. But I didn't watch.
Was he in the?
I didn't watch the end of the game.
Was he in the halves?
No, he played at hooker.
Hooker.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is still their outstanding player though. Like when he went off, they were talking and they were already trailing because the Eels had a really good start. And basically, the Raiders didn't want to tackle anyone up the middle of the pitch.
Right.
But yeah, when he went off, the commentators were talking about like a massive blow.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, this is our Josh Hodgson.
Okay. Yeah. Right, makes you happy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, New Zealand Warriors lost at home 18 points to Manly Eagles 34. It was the Panthers 18, North Queensland Cowboys 23. Queensland Cowboys clutching this one right at the very end.
They scored an extra try after the drop goal, and then the Panthers. Jamie Soward missed an opportunity. Really, he tried to spread it wide, and the play came to naught.
He's a player I don't like. Okay, Michael Sharkies, however, 25 points to 20 victories over the Gold Coast Titans. Newcastle Knights got their first win of the season with an 18 points to 16 win over West's Tigers.
And that was an entertaining game. This was one of the ones I actually watched in full, and it was really cracking game.
Right.
Yeah, both teams with a few young players.
Yeah.
And
I suppose that's fair.
Both teams, defended better than you expect from them, but they threw a lot at each other still. It was a really good game.
Good stuff. And the final game of the weekend took place this morning if you're in the UK. It was Melbourne Storm a 12.
Well, not this morning by the time you're
listening to this now, but Monday night. Monday night.
It took place on Monday.
Monday at some point somewhere. It's always Monday somewhere. Melbourne Storm 12, Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs 18.
Yeah, James Graham 158 metres and 44 tackles in this one, so I haven't seen the game yet, but fair to say Jammer was on form.
Yes. How are things in Essex, Mark?
Good, actually. In fact, great. Aaron told us a great weekend for the Eels that saw the under-17s win their first game of the season 24-0 against the Invicta Panthers. Also, the under-13s went on to top the table with an emphatic 54-14 victory against the Hemel Stags.
Fantastic.
Which saw Morrison, Megren, Sanya, Cotter, Robson Groom and Topless all dotting down for the Eels in what was a 10-try haul.
Fantastic. If Topless isn't known as like Lucy or Sam to his mates after some famous page 3 model, then that needs to happen.
Yeah,
come on, you can't go through life with the surname Topless and not the
14s,
maybe they call him Model.
Aaron's own boys, the under 14 side, play against Bruisers lads, the St Albans Centurions next weekend, so that's one to look out for.
That's fantastic news.
Yeah.
When does Open Age start for Brentwood again?
I think it starts the first weekend of May. Or maybe the last weekend of April, it might be.
Can't help but notice that we've still had no offer of free Brentwood.
Oh, no free merchandise, no.
No free Brentwood Eels merchandise.
I'm hoping you might bring it up when the
I'm talking 3XL, that's what I'm saying.
The under-14s are penning in some details with Oral St James for the middle of May. So, potential there.
I reckon we could fit all them lads in at Wigan.
Actually, thinking about it, might clash with the Bash. The Summer Bash.
Oh no.
We'll see.
They'll be down the Sunday morning.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we might have to fly down.
That might put a spanner in those works, damn it.
Shit, that's not great. Hopefully not. Hopefully it doesn't crash.
Hopefully.
Clash.
Yes, hopefully that's the case.
Even. Okay,
if it does, Aaron and the boys up to Blackpool.
Yeah.
Legend.
Down walkabout.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorted.
We know those boys like a night out. those underage lads can certainly drink. Right, okay. That's the World of Rugby League well and truly covered. Let's take a look into our crystal balls now as we bring you our predictions for round 11 of Super League. So it's a truncated round 11 then, with the Challenge Cup taking up some of our Super League teams' attention this week, Mark. But Thursday night sees St Helens take on the Catalan Dragons over at Langtree Park. This is a tough one for me. For a while now they've been tough, and they're going to be tough all the way through.
Yeah, it is. it's because it's getting unpredictable. You've got sides getting different ends of the injury stick. You've got sides getting different ends of the form stick, and it's just all colliding perfectly all the time. It feels like, and it's really great to see this unpredictability, this uncertainty of outcome. That's what salary caps are for. That's what the whole setup is supposed to produce.
Absolutely.
And through a little bit of fortune with so many injuries affecting so many teams, it's giving that mash up an effect. But
well, I've gone for the Catalan Dragons by 8 points on this one. I just really like the way Catalan are playing this year. They seem to have, and this is probably the kiss of death, but they seem to have solved the away travel hoodoo. So whatever it is that they're doing different now in terms of their away days certainly seems to be paying off. And I think they're going to have enough to see off this Saints side. I thought Saints caught Warrington at the right time, possibly a little bit, but take nothing away from the youngsters that came in and the way they executed. But I think this Catalan side is a different animal, and they really are a dark horse for better than a top 4 finish, I think, this year, Catalan, if they can keep things going. So I've plumped for a win in favour of the Dragons by 8 points.
Yeah, I've gone same score as you, 28-20 for the Dragons, because they're the form side out of the two sides, and you've got to think they've got more, just a little bit more creativity in the backs, and
even with Escalade missing, I think that's still true.
If I'm banking on who's going to score more points, I'm thinking it's going to be Catalan, and so that's the only reason why is I think they've got a few more points than Saints do at the moment. So that's what I've gone for.
Fantastic. Okay,
I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Well, no, would I. One result that would surprise me a little bit either way is this one, as Huddersfield take on Warrington down at the John Smiths. I just don't see this aligning for Huddersfield at the moment. They need to get a win from somewhere, but I don't think playing Warrington at home is going to be the game that you would hope to do that in. Warrington, even missing Chrissy Sandow, still too dangerous a prospect with ball in hand and attacking wise, will be looking to get some momentum going again after that home defeat against Saints. I've gone Warrington by 12, 32 points to 20 in favour of the Wolves.
I think Warrington will win, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if Huddersfield pulled something off.
Right.
I think 30 points to 16, based on the fact that Huddersfield haven't been consistently getting it together in attack, and their defence has been fucking awful. But if they sort the defence out to the position it was in the first 3-4 rounds of the year, and with all that has to happen is if it can click between Brough and his, what I would say are probably dual threat running players from one side, and probably got Brearley running off him to the right and Connor running off him to the left, you would imagine, if they get that fixed up. If they can get that sort of pattern fixed up, they're going to be a threat. So I wouldn't say it's a foregone conclusion, but Warrington are obviously the best side this year, even without Sandow. They've still got a good half-back combination in Ratchford and Gidley, so I'm going to go with them. Okay,
Leeds take on Hull FC down at Headingley this weekend. I've gone with form for this one. Hull FC, as we've alluded to since that defeat against Widnes, where they were sort of taught a bit of a lesson really and got fed their dinners, they've really turned it round, and Leeds just don't seem to know where the next win's coming from, and they seem to be individuals trying to do all the work rather than play as the team that they were when they were sweeping all before them last season. Hull FC's form just tells me that they're going to win this. I'm going to go 24 points to 12 in favour of the away side.
Yeah, and there's no reason to go against what you're saying other than
Leeds will win by 30 points now. But
I feel like I'm playing catch up in the Super Brew, and also Leeds can't keep losing at Headingley, surely. So I'm going to go 20 points to 16 in favour of the Rhinos and take a bit of a stab at this one. And like I said on all of the others, wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. Hull FC have seemed to have got it together. We were talking about the sort of attacking axis or attacking core, and they've got threats all over the pitch. I just think Why not? Why not throw Leeds a bone?
Why not pick a Leeds win once every so often?
Yeah.
Bless him. Okay, final game of the weekend then sees Wigan take on Castleford down at the DW. I've gone for a slender one-score victory in favour of the Warriors. Although it wouldn't surprise me again if Castleford won this by sort of 18 to 20 points, given the way that Wigan played the weekend before. But I just think that they'll have some of their shorter-term absentees come back with this stomach bug poisoned lasagna thing that you were alluding to earlier on, sort of having worked its way out of the camp by now. And
I think the problem
whilst I don't think
a lot of the players that were suffering from it have also got injuries. It's slowed down some of the players' recoveries.
Well, hopefully with a few players back and playing at home where they've previously had a bit of a fortress, Wigan might be able to grind out a result. Plus, they'll definitely have had a verbal rocket put up, and even if they can't have had a training rocket put up from Sean Wayne this week. So I'm going for Wigan being the home side to get the victory, 18 points to 12. I'm assuming that you haven't picked against your boys, though.
I can't pick against Wigan because we should be able to win every game we play. We've got the resources, we've got the capability. So I'm going to go 25-18 in favour of Wigan. But if we got shooed by 30 or 40 points, I wouldn't be surprised. Don Crosby and John Bateman are supposed to be back in for this one.
Johnny B will win it for you.
They're significant. Crosby's not played yet this year, so hopefully he'll have some. I mean, his game fitness might not be great, but there might be some energy levels.
There'll be some enthusiasm to play, won't there?
Yeah, exactly. In that early doors in the game, and John Bateman's the only Wigan player who could legitimately throw up as a Man of Steel candidate this year, and I think you can throw him up as a Man of Steel candidate.
Yeah.
He's
the future Wigan and England captain for me. I think I love the kid. I can't speak highly enough of John Bateman. Yeah, absolutely. So
Castleford have got a lot of threats, so we'll see how it goes.
They do, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
And Denny Solomon could be going up against either Lewis Tierney or Gabe Fell or whoever.
Can I? It's 48-32 in favour of no. Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Who knows with rugby league these days? Right. You're going to want to follow these games though, and you're going to want to keep in touch with what's going on. And if you feel like you need to do that over Twitter, our friends at SL Clubs will have everything covered for you over the weekend. If you're away at a Challenge Cup game, or if you're simultaneously attending one of the games, please feel free to follow them.
There's 3 Super League games on the Friday night, isn't there? So get on board SL Clubs to follow along those whilst you're at your game.
I should give a bit of a shout out to our friends SL Clubs. We talk about them every week and it's kind of become a bit of a throwaway, but actually they got in touch with us this week and thanked us for the support, and they do, and they've started retweeting a little bit more and what have you, and they're a great Twitter feed to follow.
Well, they've been doing some really cool
support, lads.
They've been doing some really cool Q&As with players, and you sort of feel like the questions they get, whilst a lot of it's the typical kind of stuff you expect, you sort of feel like the filters they put on it aren't quite as boring as the ones you might get on like a official feed. They're being more of a fan-led feed. So I think that's great. So keep up that good work, guys.
Okay, Championship game of the week then. You've picked out Whitehaven versus London.
It's the only Championship game of the week, Tom.
I was going to say, care to explain why, Mark?
Thank you. Go.
Wonderful. London by, I don't know, 30 or 40 million.
I would hope London win. Having had to make the trip twice in a couple of weeks because the first time round it was postponed. I would hope London win.
They deserve a win just on principle, really, don't they?
Basically.
Okay, can I assume that the same is true for South Wales Scorpions versus the Hemel Stags?
No, there's a few League One games. It's just these two are both low-ranked teams. We picked a game that was between 2 low-ranked teams for last week's,
and we picked a bit of a win,
and it worked. It worked out well. Hemel haven't won yet, which will please at least one of our listeners.
It will.
Whereas South Wales have picked up a win, which is surprising considering how abject they've been in terms of what they've been able to put out on the field. As a club, they're great, but as in terms of a prospect on the pitch, they've not been so great. So I think this opens up an opportunity for both teams to get a win, so you just don't know what's going to happen. That's why I picked it.
I've got a bit of a soft spot for South Wales. The only time I've ever had any experience of them as a team or their fans was the game we saw them play against Blackpool Panthers many years ago. And what I'd term the most ambitious hen-do ever, really, that turned up for that one. Bless them, those lasses from down in darkest South Wales came along and they were off out in Blackpool afterwards, so they were on good form, weren't they? The 5 or 6 of them that came up for that one. A bit of a soft spot for South Wales, and I can't pick in favour of Hemel, given the fact that Sean Bruiser is such a close friend of the show and his staunch opinions on that outfit. So let's go for a South Wales win.
Yeah.
Okay, Challenge Cup game of the week sees the form team in League One, Toulouse, take on the form team in the Championship, Lee Centurions. There should be points in this, if nothing else.
I think some of the traction behind the Batley-Fev game has kind of gone, hasn't it, with Batley slipping off the boil a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they'll need a televised game to pick them back up.
Yeah.
But I just